Yo, what's going on, guys? So today, what I plan on doing is, what I planned on doing is, I was actually going to finish up the K series. I got some parts coming in from Amazon that I got to get installed. I have been working on the motor, and I did film a little bit of it. The problem with filming things about the motor is that it takes so much, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I find it hard to try and talk to the camera and work on this at the same time. So then it ends up just being a huge time lapse of stuff. And I personally don't think that's an issue, but I just find it difficult for me to be as informative as I want to be when I'm trying to put something like this together because my brain's working. Got like doing a lot of research on certain things since I'm doing a Frankenstein and trying to figure out like things here and there, stuff like that. So once I get it complete and assembled together, then I'll give you guys a rundown on it. That's on me. I do apologize, but I just find it easier just to work on it and not have to worry about discussing what I'm doing or filming anything about it or stuff like that. So anyway, what we're going to do today is I want to go ahead and start on the S2000's engine bay. My original plan was to put it back on its wheels, push it outside, power wash it, all that fun jazz. However, with me taking so long to do it, because number one, life happens. Number two, I've been excuse me. Ow. Carbonation just came out the nose. Look at my face. Oh, my bad. Anyway, like I was saying, with it being as cold as it is outside right now, it's like 38, 39. It would just be too much of an issue to attempt to power wash this. Plus, my wife's new car is sitting behind this right now. Picked her up a Prius for work purposes. So, yeah, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to get my shop vac out, sitting over there next to my heater. Just go through the process trying to vacuum a lot of this stuff up. Then we're going to just do a good wipe down, and I'm going to get my wire rule out and hit some of these spots that have rust on them, like up there on the passenger side. Got a little bit down here on the driver's side next to the steering rack. And just like this general area right here, some there, blah, 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 whatever. And we're going to paint it. So given the fact that I still have everything in the engine bay, like the brake master cylinder, the ABS pump, and all that stuff that I do not plan on taking out, what I'm actually going to do is a little trick that I learned a while ago, is to just wrap everything in aluminum foil. And the reason being is because you can literally mold it around everything. It doesn't really require much, and aluminum foil is, I'd say, a big old box of aluminum foil will run you a third of the price of a bunch of masking tape. So, which, think about that for a second. Aluminum, I can get a box of aluminum foil from the dollar store for $1. But masking tape, like the blue stuff that you use, like painter's tape and whatnot, a roll of that's still going to run like $3. That's weird to me. I don't understand the process behind that, but that's not my market. Anyway, so yeah, what I'm going to do is not dive, tripping over wheels here. Get you guys set up. We're gonna be back and forth. I'm gonna time lapse some, and I'm not gonna time lapse some. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Just try to keep it as interesting as possible. No one wants to sit and watch a time lapse for 10-15 minutes. It's kind of whack. But yeah, so let me get all set up. I gotta run in the house, grab the aluminum foil. I gotta find my wire wheel and my drill and start getting all this stuff all situated. Get the shop vac out, vacuum all this jazz up, and we'll get it going. All right, headphone in, and we're going to do some Morbid today. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Morbid podcast. I love this stuff. Ooh, and it's a Listener Tales episode. Let's go. Yeah, I'm plugging. They don't even know me, but I'm plugging because it's just that good. Anyway, all right, so we get you guys set up somewhere in this general area. Let me zoom out real quick, and yeah, we'll figure this out. If I'm sounding kind of goofy right now, it's because I've decided that, like watching through some of my older videos and whatnot, I was a little goofy, but I wasn't actually genuinely being myself. I was trying to, be presentable. Fuck that. This is my channel. I'm gonna be myself. I ain't gonna hide who I am from you guys. So yeah, I I got some bags here, or not bags, what are these? Some paper poly drop cloths I'm gonna put over the fenders, just to make sure I don't get any overspray on them. And I'll show you guys what color we're painting it once I get done, like sanding all this stuff down. So yeah. All right, so I can't find the wire well I want to use, but I'm gonna use this guy right here. I used this on a Miata that I had that I did a little body work on, and I was actually really impressed about how well it works. So try this, zoom you guys out. I'm gonna let you know ahead of time. I'm gonna hop into this engine bay, so there's probably gonna be some things you can't see. Also, I'm wearing some pants that I bought that were supposed to be my size, and they a little small. So with that being said, you know, if you see my underwear, it is what it is. I paid for them. I'm gonna get my money's worth out of them. All right, so as you guys can see here, this was all pure, you know, surface rust, and you know, we got a good bit of it off. Now I'm having difficulties getting up into these upper areas right here. I got some paint peeling back in here, so I might actually have to do some of this by hand. What I'm guessing here, considering all the yellow stuff, is that maybe the battery, this car had a battery in it that got a little old, and it's got some battery acid. That's probably why this is all rusted out down here. Not a big deal to me. Like I said, I just want to clean it up and make it look pretty though. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and just by hand try to get in here as good as possible. If I can find a small wire wheel, I actually probably could get it in there. This is just a little too big to be trying to fit in here because I'm just rubbing up against this hose, which needs to be replaced anyway. But yeah, so I think I should have some wire wheels in a drawer. I'm gonna go check and see if I have them, and if so, come back and go ahead and start this process up again. All right, so obviously there's a lot of dirt and stuff in here, but it looks a lot better. It's not just pure rust. I would feel comfortable once I get some more of this paint that's chipping off out the way. Feel comfortable putting a layer of paint over it. Obviously we are still ways beyond that, but another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to hit some of these like pinch welds down in here, and then I don't know what I want to do with this. I might actually wait and pull the bumper off and maybe sand that down and repaint it. I'm just going to repaint that black. But other than that, there's also some other things I could hit, but I'm not going to worry about it. So now we're at that point where I need to get the shop vac out and, you know, get my microfiber cloths and just try to wipe and vacuum up a lot of this stuff. And then after that, we'll start with the aluminum foil, get everything all posted up and ready to go. So yeah, it's hot in here. It's like 38 degrees outside, but I got my heater sitting right next to me, and that thing does really well. I need to figure out a good way to get the paint hot. I might just set it in front of the heater for a little bit on like a bucket or something. That way it actually sticks. Otherwise, it's just going to run. So yeah. Anyway, let me get my vacuum, stop talking, and start cleaning this stuff up. All right, so I took the bottom of the battery tray off, or the vacuum did actually, and as you can see, this battery tray is not in the best condition. So I'm gonna pull it out real quick. Look like it's 312s to get it out. Hopefully it comes out nicely. And then that also gives me more access to what's underneath it, so I can get that vacuum. I've also came to the conclusion that I'm probably gonna have to get my air compressor out over there and spray into the crevices and whatnot to get a lot of this dust and paint chips and whatever out. Which ain't such a big deal. It's just going to be a little messy, but I mean, working on cars is messy. It kind of is what it is. So yeah, let me get that out real quick, see what's going on down there, and hopefully it's not too bad. All right, got it out. I mean, it's grody. Here, let's dump it out in the trash real quick, actually. Yeah, it's pretty grody. I can save this. We're going to leave this out for now. Put it somewhere safe. I'm probably going to soak this overnight in white distilled vinegar. It gets rust out really well. And hopefully to get a lot of that battery acid out too. I mean, the bottom looks relatively fine. It's just got a lot of paint chipping. So I'll set it next to my 2 spare rods I got here for whatever reason. Underneath the battery tray though, actually looks relatively fine outside of it being a little dirty. Nothing major though. So I'll vacuum all that out. And then, like I said, I'm gonna get my, what's that thing called? Oh yeah, my air compressor out and just try to spray a lot of this off. Before I go painting this though, however, I think I'm going to try to give it a dry wash, which means I'm just going to spray some crap on it and wipe it down as best as I can. I'm kind of having some iffies about that area. There's just too many things cluttered into one. So I don't know how going about painting all of that's going to go. I might have to unfortunately start disconnecting stuff out of there just to move it so I can get to it. That, or actually I think that's just gonna happen. That is kind of is what it is at this point. So yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, let me vacuum the rest of that crap out, get the air compressor. I keep forgetting it's an air compressor. You would think I've never worked on anything a day in my damn life. All right, anyway, yeah, let me do this real quick. All right, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on the passenger side first. It's the most exposed. Obviously, there's still plenty over here I have to do, but I thought this was in 2 sections, but it's not. So I'll do this side and then I'll move it over. I've decided that I really don't care about the coolant ports, and if they get sprayed on, for the simple fact of, number one, it actually legitimately does not matter to me. I'd much rather them kind of blend into the background anyway. So the only thing you really focus on is the motor. And yeah, so I got as clean as I could without, you know, getting the power washer out. I mean, it's still got some dirt and debris here and there. I don't expect this to last forever. Just to make it look a little prettier. That's all I care about. What I need to do, I need to find something to block off the AC stuff right there. This car probably won't have AC for a little bit because the kit to run AC on a K series and S2000 is a little out of my price range at the moment. And it is what it is. I ain't saying I'm broke, but
I got kids, bills, kids, and other.
So yeah, I'm gonna kick on my fan over here actually, so I don't, you know, suffocate and die from the paint. So let's get this plugged in real quick and I'll show you guys the paint. Cool, a little bit of help. I'll probably open up the garage a little bit too. Anyway, so I have this fascination with, there's the paint. I have this fascination with this hammered style paint. I'm running it on the Integra. The valve cover is actually, what is this, varnished amber, I believe is what I used. Yeah, I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. It takes a beating, and that's how I feel about the engine bay of this. I want it to be as durable as possible. I thought about actually just getting a couple of spray cans of the Suzuka Blue and going over it. I decided against that though, because I just don't really care. And I want some contrast as well. Suzuka Blue is not the most desirable color of the S2000. I don't mind it. What I do dislike about it though is the interior also being blue. Had the interior been black, I think it would have been great. Honestly, as weird as it sounds, I've seen some Suzuka Blue cars with the red interior that you can get in the championship white, or the, I believe some of the yellow S2000s came with it as well. And it actually looks really good, surprisingly. And we do have an S2000 at work with the black interior, and not to, you know, be that guy or anything. It's just even at my job, I just can't justify spending the money that we want for it. So what I do, this is hammered and it's just black. like I said, we gotta let it warm up a little bit. It's kind of cold outside, so I'm gonna set it here, let it get, you know, nice and warm, and then in the meantime, probably just aluminum foil some more stuff off, get some tape out. I think I could probably get a majority of that aluminum foiled off, and even if I do get some black overspray on, it's not a big deal. I'll just take some acetone and wipe it off. But yeah, so I think the top of this is relatively hot. I know it's really hot right here, so yeah, I'll get something to sit in front of this and let this can get nice and warm, and then we'll start on getting this passenger side all situated. Also, don't really care about the windshield wiper reservoir either, because honestly I don't even think it works. I think I accidentally hit it one time when the car was kind of running but knocking and nothing happened. Didn't hear the motor at all. So yeah, it is what it is. I just don't want to take everything apart to get it out. So yeah, after the motor's in and everything's looking offline and whatnot, the any issues with the paint I doubt will be noticeable outside of me and maybe people who watch this video. But yeah, that's it. I'm not a perfectionist, never will be. I don't think you get to enjoy things if you are a perfectionist. So yeah, this is what we're doing, and I'll bring you guys back once I get this can nice and warm. All right, so can's nice and warm. Did a test spray over here, and it came out pretty nicely. I mean, it's still kind of splotchy, but that's why I bought multiple cans of it. Plus, I kind of figured I'd have to touch up a lot of it anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna get you guys set up, and like I said, we're gonna start on that side of the engine bay and just see how it comes out, you know. All right, so I had to open the garage because, man, don't ever paint in an enclosed area. I'm an idiot. Don't be like me. As you can see, yeah, I don't think here. Let me turn my flash on. Maybe I can get a better look at this for you guys. It looks really good. Like really good. Obviously I painted over some things I don't care about, like after I'm doing coilovers all the way around, so I don't care about the top hats and stuff. But yeah, it's gonna look sick. You know, got up in here. Like I said, I did the hard lines because I'd like them more to blend in with the background anyway. And yeah, next thing I just gotta finish doing that. I'm already a can through. Yeah, everything looks a lot better than I thought it would. Man, got down in here. Need to go over it again. Got up top of here. Got in there as well. Oh yeah, this is gonna look sick once it's done. Especially once I replace all the actual rubber hoses with the colored hoses that I plan on running. Man, but yeah, there's a nice before. Or hold on, I'm sorry. Here's a nice before of what the paint looked like, and here's a nice after of what it currently looks like. The aluminum foil trick is the way to go, people. I'm telling you, makes life easy. Don't require much. But yeah, whew. So considering that, oh man, I look wild as hell right now. That's awesome. Considering I'm filling this paint, take that off on me anymore. Walk outside, and I need to let that side. I was going to let that side dry before I did it anyway, just to give myself some time to breathe fresh air. But yeah, also Amazon decided that they wanted to postpone my package till Monday, which is whack because I was hoping to have that motor off the stand this weekend. That way I can get it in the car. But I guess I'm still on hold with that. Anything that comes to that motor, man, I swear, just so time consuming. It's ridiculous. But I know since this is my first one, I'm doing a full rebuild on. You know, things are a little bit more tricky as you get used to dealing with a different platform. Once it's done, I should be all right. And I wouldn't doubt myself to do, you know, another 10 of these motors, no problem, now that I know the tricks. But yeah, man, dude, the paint is strong. I really should have painted with the garage door open, but I was trying to keep it relatively warm in here because, like I said, it's cold outside, and I got my heater running, but, oh. Anyway, once it's all done, all the hoses have been replaced, and the motors in the car, it's going to look 1,000 times better, I guarantee it. It already looks better in my opinion. You know, on this side, I still got to do this section, and I still got to do this here. Not a big deal, but yeah, and this worked out really well. I did get a little bit of overspray on the fender right there where that bolt is because I lifted it up to get to it. Actually, I'm gonna take this off now. I lifted it up to get to it and accidentally got a little bit. Once again, I'm not worried about that. That's just a little acetone to take care of that. Well, yeah. I mean, it don't look like much, but it looks 1,000 times better than what it was. I'm seeing rust back there. This hammer stuff's also really good at preventing rust, supposedly. So he said, paint, primer, all in one, any surface, any angle. And yeah, you can spray this thing upside down. I was doing it. It works out really well. This Rust-Oleum stuff's nice. I hate the expense of it. I will say that, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to buy it regardless. I also thought about going with maybe a lighter color, but dude, I hate the fact that the Integra is white because anytime I touch it, with me being who I am and what I do for a living, my handprints are all over that car. So I want to prevent that. I didn't want to do anything dark originally just in case for like oil leaks and whatnot. That way I could see it. But the way I figured is if I need it that bad, I can put dye in oil to see where it's leaking from. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I know this is kind of halfway finished for you guys. I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to finish it right now because like I said, it's just too strong in here to do it. So I'm gonna let this section dry and come back out and look at it again. Man, look at that, dude. That textured stuff is so cool. The real reason I like it because it doesn't matter if you get runs. And I know that's weird to say, but since it's textured and if it does so happen to run, it just kind of looks like it's meant to. Like that spot right there is actually a run. I can tell it, and once it's dried up, you won't be able to tell anything. And actually, prime example here, let me get the hood open on the Integra, as I accidentally messed this one up pretty good, but you can't tell. So right around where the it says VTEC, actually that was way too thick. But it just looks like a this looks like textured paint. The best way to if I can talk, the best way I think about it is like wrinkle paint with gloss. I know that's kind of like it's not as cool looking as wrinkle. Some may think. I think it looks better than wrinkle. But if you do wrinkle correctly, even sometimes it'll run, no problem. Then to make everything look weird. With this textured stuff, don't matter, man. I'm telling you, it's the best way to go if you just need to cover something. You don't really care, if that makes sense. Because obviously I care, otherwise I wouldn't have painted it, but you don't care about it looking pristine perfect. And it just hides everything really well. So that's why I use it. Well, yeah, I think that's going to be it for this one. God, sorry, I'm dying. Whew. Whew. I know they make masks for these things, right? I'm supposed to wear a mask. Clearly, I'm not doing that because I'm an idiot. That's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys have a good weekend. I do have some new followers. I want to give you guys some shout outs here real quick. Give me one moment. Let me get you guys brought up. I don't think there's many of you, but we seem to be doing something here, which is great. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. Ronald Swinton, shout out to you. Thank you for following, man. I really appreciate that. JVH22A, I'm assuming is you have an H22 like Prelude motor and something, or you have a Prelude. I don't know. Shout out to you. What does that say? NGENGOK. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that, but shout out to you. Christine Clemencia, shout out to you. I think I got DC4 Quino last video, and Isaiah, I know I got you last video. Anyway, thank you guys. Today is the 25th of November on a Saturday, and this video will be going up today, actually, so I don't really have too much going on outside of doing car stuff. And yeah, that's going to be it. So once again, thank you guys. Next video, once I get the stuff, finish this damn motor, once it's actually done, buttoned up, I'll show you guys. I'll go through everything that I've done with it, and then I'll show you the finished product of what the S2000 engine bay is looking like. And hopefully, once I got all that, I can get the motor in the car, One thing I did not buy that I might go ahead and buy is an oil pickup baffle, since it's going into a rural drive setup. I wasn't thinking about it because when you're sitting, you know, like horizontal, turning, whatever, it doesn't matter. But when you're doing it in a vertical, or what they call a longitudinal platform, you're turning, all that's going to slosh over to one area. I didn't even think about that. Science. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sorry about my rambling. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will bring you guys back soon. A lot sooner than the last time. Sorry it took so long. Life happens, but soon. Peace.